house that we lived in 1909, and so they would come and their house doesn't have a pool, they live down the street now, and they'd ask me if they can use the pool, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead, you know, you guys have been around here forever, go ahead and use the pool. So I remember they tell me, they stopped using it, I was like, why are you not using it anymore? And they're like, there's a lot, you know, those people, there's a redhead kid, and they're like, he's really mean to us. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, he'd always make a lot of comments. So one day I was at the pool with them, and I noticed, like, they were, like, harassing them. And I'm like, why are they harassing you? And they're like, because we're Arab. They keep telling us, like, go back to your country. You shouldn't be here. This is only for our family. This is for us. And I looked at them. I'm like, what are you guys even doing? Like, their mom's sitting there. Their grandma was, like, having an association meeting at the time. And they're sitting at the tables with, like, other people. And I'm like, do you guys hear this? Like, this is okay? And she's like, anybody can talk however they want. It's not a big deal. And I'm like, looking at the grandma. And I'm like, you're sitting with the association, you're not going to do something about, I didn't know that was their grandma at the time. And so I kind of was like, I talked to the kid, I'm like, look, they're kids just like you. They want to come here, they want to play, you know, they want to have pizza, they want to enjoy themselves. You know, it's not fair that you guys are doing this. And he just kind of was like, well, you can go and talk to my mom. And I'm like, okay, what is your mom going to do? So the mom, I sat down with her, and she kind of was just sharing her story with me. And I'm like, I'm over here trying to tell you, like, my cousins want to play. My daughter, my niece, they want to play. Like, they want to be in the pool. They want to feel comfortable in the pool. And, you know, like, you guys want to come, maybe you guys can play together. Like, I was trying to do it, and she's like, I don't know my kids to do what they want. And I'm like, all right, well, that doesn't really do me any good. So, time went by, and I just told my cousins, like, try to play with them, try to be nice with them, you know, invite them, like, let them have pizza with us, like, let them have, you know, some soda, like, invite them over for chips, whatever. So we started inviting them. They'd come and eat, like, they said no, 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 and then they started coming to eat, but then, like, my cousin was like, they keep telling us stuff under their breath. Like, they'll come eat our food, but then they'll be like, you know, like, this, we shouldn't be eating this, we should put, like, pork on it. Like, they would make comments about, because we don't eat pork in our culture, so, like, they don't even do pepperoni, they were just saying, like, small little comments, to the point where we just stopped going to the pool. So, we were just like, it's not really worth it. So, you know, I don't want my daughter, my niece to be around that, my cousins, so it was just, we just stopped going to the pool for a good while.
Amal, how did that make you feel?
Not good. I was very angry. Like, I was just, the fact that the mom and the grandma didn't do anything about it. You know, they're sitting there, they're the adults, these kids, they're kids, you know, I'm like, okay, but they get that from their parents. You know, they get that from the grandma. So, I was just really upset and angry. Like, the kids can't go swimming anymore because they're uncomfortable going swimming. I'm not going to take my niece or my daughter over there when there's abuse over there, you know, so.
What kind of community would you like to live in?
Not one like that.
What are you willing to do to change the community, to be a safer, more welcoming, unifying community?
You know, whatever we need to do, honestly.
Wonderful.
So, whatever needs to be done so that we can all, we should all be able to have community events, we should all be together without being worried like, oh, I'm going to go and something's going to happen, or we're going to go and someone's going to be hateful towards us, and we don't want to hear those. We hear those everywhere, you know? We don't want to hear that in our community too.
Absolutely. Were you aware that Karen Shoemaker was the president of the HOA board?
I did not know that. I saw the association meeting, like, that was going on, and they had their notepads out. I didn't know where she fell on that. I didn't know that was the grandma. So.
All right. Karen Shoemaker lives at 1825 Borrego. She's been on the HOA for about 27 years. She's been fomenting this culture of hatred for that entire time. When community members complain to the HOA, she squashes the complaint. So now that we know this, I believe as a community, after we hear everybody's testimonies, we can decide whether or not we want to sign a petition to hold a special meeting to have her removed from the HOA board. Is there anything else you want to add, Amal?
No, that would be it. That explains why every time I complained to the HOA, nothing happened though.
How many times did you complain to the HOA?
We complained a lot. I even had, so we rent that property, we had the landlord complain, and she's like, I submitted, you know, I've done things, but probably over like 6 or 7 times.
So 6 to 7 complaints to the HOA over what period of time?
About 4 years.
Over 4 years, with no resolution?
No.
So you just stopped using the pool?
We just stopped going, yeah. We haven't gone, like, we didn't go last year at all, so.
I went yesterday.
Oh, you did? You felt bold and audacious.
You are brave.
Well, honestly, okay, so I moved out. So I moved up north for work. So, but I came down here. My mom's in the hospital. She's not doing good. So I came down. Her daughter, my daughter, they want to go to the pool. And this is when I found out about everything. So I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know my cousins were being harassed. Me being like, I'm a big dude, all right? So I'm not. I've been hated against. I've been discriminated against my whole life. So my whole thing was like, all right, you guys want to go to the pool? Go swim. Let's see what happens. You know, nothing happened. It was
Were they there?
I don't know. I don't even know the kids. I don't know any of them.
That was,
They're not there?
I don't know the kids. There were kids there. My daughter, her daughter, they were playing. Everyone was playing together. It was fun.
and this
So,
was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're hiding out right now because the police have been looking for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so just to verify, what year did the abuse start, would you say?
For us?
Yeah, for you and your cousins and them.
Well, I was,
I found out yesterday.
well, I knew about it 4 years ago. I don't know how long before that they were dealing with it, but, you know,
Okay.
because they lived here before we did. And I know that my cousin's wife, I don't know if you guys remember, I know you might have.
We used to go
remembered
have tea with them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so, she was taking the kids, that's all she did every summer. She was
Okay.
taking to the pool, to the pool, to the pool. So I don't know how long it was happening or when, because I don't know if those kids always lived with their grandma, but I know that their mom was saying like they live somewhere else and then they come, they visit the grandma.
No,
in
the
summer.
grandmother recently moved out and bought a house, but her daughter Julie Shoemaker and her 4 children are living there now. It seems in the past 2 months since Karen moved out, their behavior has escalated.
Yeah, I hear
Are
them
they-
all at night.
Yeah. Are they the kids that keep yelling?
Yes, they're the
They
ones that are
play the
yelling.
loud music.
They're so loud.
Loud music all
Cause I
night
sit
long.
I sit outside in our yard and I'm like, you can see their lights, they're flashing lights from their house, they're being really obnoxious and they're really loud, like all
Till 1 in the
throughout night.
morning.
All through the night, and I'm like, who is that? And like, I thought that was the grandma's house.
You're right, it is
And I
the
was
grandma's
like,
house.
I'm sure she's not gonna be doing that. Like, but
She
you see
is.
them,
They
you
let
hear
them do whatever they want. They don't regulate anything.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
go
they
on
let
to
them
our
do
next
whatever they want.
speaker. I'm gonna give you some classes that we're gonna be offering for free with the community and some writings that talk about how we can build our community. I hope you're going on a vacation.
Not really.
All right,
Thank
all right,
you.
Amal
Alright.
and Mohammed, you are welcome to this community. I'm a registered nurse. I do telehealth for Blue Shield. I'm home all day long. If you ever have any issues, you let me know right away, and I will be there and have your back.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for
You guys
coming before your
probably-
flight to
this is gonna be
LAX.
This is gonna be on. I
Yes.
can watch it later. Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted
Thank
to
you
say?
so much.
Nope, that would be it.
All right,
Thank you
thanks
guys.
for
Thank you,
coming.
Amal. Take care. Good to see you.
It was
Is there
weird.
anybody else on a time constraint that would like to speak, but they have to go somewhere? Oh, would you like to speak? Yeah. All right. Okay, go over
Is
there.
it working now? Is that working now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay
no, it's
here.
not working.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Yes, it is. Oh, it is. Okay. I'm gonna do from the side just so you have more audio. Okay. So
Okay,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna-
face over there.
So,
Yeah, over there.
so this is, I'm gonna need you to talk really loud and slowly because these masks make it a bit difficult.
Do you need a chair?
No, it's fine.
All right, so I would like you to say your name,
Yeah,
where you come from, how long you've lived here, when the abuse started,
okay,
and how it made you feel.
okay.
So let's start with that.
Hi, everybody. My name is Angela. I live in 1805 Borrego Drive. I'm coming from China, so English maybe is not my first language. So if I express myself, you guys didn't understand, just let me know. Yeah, I think I have a translator. Yeah, so can help. My family moved in on 2014. At that time, my son only 2 years old. So when we come in here, we think here is a peaceful for community. So we go to the pool, we go walk outside. But one day, suddenly I feel those kids are really not good because they ride the bicycle very fast inside the community. Even when they see the little boy walking, they still very close to us. I was scared is that you try to hit my son or something like that. So I talked to them. But they say, oh, yeah, we just having fun. We don't really try to hit him. But I'm scared, so I always accompany with my son very closely. And this what happened for the ride the bicycle. And once we use the pool, I remember it was last year. The John, the big son, even tried to jump through my head. They want to jump into the pool, you know.
You tried to jump over your head.
Over my head. You know, I was play with my son, right? because my son is tiny, so we always like in the side of the pool, and then those kids they run around us. I said, why? What are you doing? We are playing just in the corner. You guys have much more space to play, right? And then later on, when I play with my son, jump over my head into the swimming pool. I cannot imagine if my son is there. It's so dangerous, right? So we just back home. I'm so angry, but I yelling to John. And when this happened, even the mom still there, you know. It's not only those 4 kids inside the pool. Mom sit there, but mom didn't say anything.
Their mother Julie was sitting there.
Julie was sitting there.
When John jumped
Jump
over your
over.
head
Yeah.
in the pool.
And also when I yelling to John, mom didn't say anything like that. So that's what happened. And you see, maybe someone will feel that Angela is so strange. Why he has a stick here? Because you know the friend just now they mentioned that yesterday they go to the pool. Nobody bothered them, right? Because I think it's 1 day ago, 2 days ago, that something really bad happened to us. My son and me walking around the community around the 6 p.m. My friend Shelly walking her dog, the big dog, right? I think most of you guys know. And we walk in the community. We think that day is a Middle Autumn Festival, actually. Is that October 1st, right? Yeah, very good. So we enjoy our day and we watch the moon and we relax very much. And around 8 p.m., one dog from Shoemaker's family just run outside and directly back to the Shelly's dog and bite. And later on, another dog coming out, join to the fighting. My little boy, he's ride the bicycle. When he see those 2 dogs coming out and bite, he's so scared, just threw the bike right away and run to the bush over the corner. And he want to hide himself. And I follow her. I say, baby, don't run. Otherwise, once the dog get attention, dog will catching you. So I follow my son tightly. And I asked Yolanda. Yolanda is living in the close to that point of the accident. I asked Yolanda, open your door, let my son in. So Yolanda opened the door, helped me to let my son in. And later on, I turn around, I see Shelly. She's kind. She see the dogs, 3 dogs biting together. Actually, it's her dogs attacking by other 2 dogs. But she still hold the leash. She don't want to let her dog fight back because her dog is big. If she relax the leash and let her dog go, her dog will bite the 2 dogs, and for sure 2 dogs will be die. So Shelly care about those life of 2 dogs. She hold the leash tightly. That's why Louis, her dog's name is Louis. Louis bite by those 2 dogs, and also Shelly bite by the dog, on the back and on the hand. So we call the police, and the police called animal control. Animal control called back very quickly, and also police coming very quickly. And then so the kids, they just run back home and close the door, turn off the lights. They did just pretend they are not at home, like that. So I think since this thing just happened, so they just hiding at home. They don't coming out that frequently. But this what happened on October 1st. So currently, even I went to Shelly's house, my son didn't dare to work. He told me, Mommy, drive the car. So yesterday when the animal control coming the second time, she want to get our statement. I drive the car from my house to Shelly's house, only 100 meters. And now today even I joined the meeting, I bring the stick because I scared is that the dog will come in. So I want to add on for something, because this situation happened, the animal control is coming. So they told us the dog, because the dog already biting people, right? So the 2 dogs have to do the quarantine, 14 days quarantine. So from October 1st to 14 days, if anybody see they walk the dog or something, just call the animal control, the dog will be taken away. And another point is that the dog already used the free bite, right? they already had the accident. And then if second time the dog, after the quarantine, if the dog coming out without a leash or without the people with them, just call the animal control, they will take the dog away. So I think that's happened to me. And one more thing is for the Karen Shoemaker, right?
Yes.
I heard that she has a leukemia
Oh.
and currently is in the City of Hope. Is that a hospital name? I don't
Yeah,
know.
the cancer.
Yes. So I just heard from my neighbors, but I'm not sure if it's right on around. Just want to add on this information.
Also, there was an incident where I understand they tried to push your son off his bike, your 7-year-old. What happened with that? He's 6 when it happened?
6-year-old. And
6 years old.
yeah, to be honest, we are very careful when we see those kids around the community in the pool area. So we just play like in front of our garage. So that happened just in front of our garage. My son was ride the bicycle and stopped there, and he wanted to talk to me. And those kids, they ride just after the very close to my son's bicycle. And I scared because if something happened, he will getting hit. I don't know how to say, like my son, is my son's bike, right? They are very close like this, very fast, too close. So I yelled back, that was Tyler.
What did he say to your son?
He say very bad words, Sandra here.
He only 6. Every time they see him, they come out, they call him very bad names. And one day I was thinking,
Yeah, we
I
are
was
walking.
close to him, say, I don't wanna be here, you know. And he don't wanna say what they say because it was very bad words. They call him bitch. They call him gay. They call him big head. A lot of names. And I get mad at them. They hate me because I don't want that happen to the little kid because they do that to my grandkids.
Okay, Sandra, let me just finish
Yeah.
with her. Thank you.
Yeah,
Patty,
thank you.
how
And
does,
also Tyler call me or tell my kid that your mom is a lesbian.
a lesbian?
Yeah,
Okay.
That
We don't
was
like
Tyler
gay
said.
people either.
yeah,
Okay.
So there's a lot of hate going on here.
yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I feel so bad. I've been living here 4 years. To be honest, I was thinking is that I should move to another place. But I don't think that's the correct way, right? Because I have the rights to live in this peaceful community. So I hope that this will be end soon.
So
And-
you said you want to live in a peaceful community. What are you willing to do to make that happen?
Like now, currently I feel so safe. All the neighbors here, we are so kind, so nice, not bothering by those people, those families, right?
Right. Thank you so much for sharing your
Yeah.
story. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Let me see. One more thing is happened to my husband.
Your husband.
My husband is working in the late schedule, so normally come back late, around like 9 or 9:30. And those kids sometimes they still playing outside at that time. They ride the bicycle around the community, and several times when my husband drive back home, they ride the bicycle in front of the car. They try to, I don't know, try to get attention or try to get do what. But my husband is very careful. When they see those kids riding bicycle, either choose another way to get into my garage or just stop there to waiting them. But one day, Victoria, the young, I think it's girl, right? The biggest girl in that family, he tried to, how to say, he ride the bicycle just directly to in front, in front of garage and yelling to my husband, slow down your speed, and say very rude. And my husband told her, we have the dash camera. My speed is always lowered 5 miles per hour, like that. And you should be nice. We are neighborhood. Be kindly to each other. That's what I hear inside the room. Yeah, that's. Let me see. And even my parents last year, my parents visit us, and in the daytime, it's quiet and it's hot day. My parents will go to the pool, and they always using the pool very rude to them. And then my parents gave up. They just stay at home. They never use the pool. That's what happened to all my family persons.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but moving forward, we're gonna work as a community to fight this.
Yeah.
I'll give you this little flyer to read. This is some things that we can
Okay.
do.
Thank you.
Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Go ahead. Thank you.